Welcome to Little Hive Crafts. Today we're going to be making this pretty heart-shaped crochet granny square, which I have made using cotton yarn. You can also use acrylic or woolen yarn if you prefer. I have taken a DK 4-ply cotton yarn with a 3.5 mm hook. We will start by making a slip knot and chain 4. This tutorial is suitable for those who are aware of the basic stitches. There we chain 4 and then we are going to slip stitch into the first chain to form a loop. Start round 1 by making 3 chains, which will also count as a stitch. And now into the center of the loop there we are going to make 11 double crochet stitches. So at the end of the round we will have 12 stitches including chain 3. At the end of round 1 we are going to slip stitch the top of chain 3 made in the beginning. So we made chain 3 and now we go into the third chain and make a slip stitch to close the round. Remember to count your stitches once again in the end to make sure that you have 12. For round 2 of the heart, skip the stitch next to where your hook is. So you know where the hook is coming from. The stitch next to that we skip, and into the next stitch over there, under both loops, we are going to make 7 treble crochet stitches. Now I've done my 7 trebles into that stitch. Now into the next stitch we're going to do 1 double crochet, and in the next stitch, next 2 stitches, we're going to do 2 double crochet each. So 1 double crochet and 1 more double in the same stitch, and in the next stitch again we're going to do 2 double crochets. There's 1 and another one. Into the next stitch again we're going to do 2 double crochets, both in the same stitch, 1 and 2, and now we're going to make a small picot, and to do that we're just going to chain 1 and we're going to slip stitch into the double crochet we just made. Just under the chain 1 that you made there's a stitch, so just go into that and make a slip stitch. That'll give a tip to the heart at the bottom. And now under the same stitch below we're going to do 2 more double crochets. There you have that. And in the next 2 stitches again we're going to do 2 double crochet each. In the next stitch we're going to do 1 double crochet. We're basically just mirroring the stitches which we did on the opposite side of the heart. And in the next stitch we are going to make 7 treble crochets like how we did before. So yarn over twice, go into the stitch, pick up the yarn and pull through 2 loops thrice. That's a treble. We're going to do 7 treble crochet stitches into the same stitch. Now coming to the end of this heart, we are going to skip the next stitch of the previous round, and into the next stitch over there we're going to do a slip stitch to close. There we have it. Our little heart is ready. All you need to do now is cut the yarn and wind the thread behind, weave in the thread behind. Now to turn our heart into a square, I've chosen white color yarn, and we are going to be working this round only into the back loops of the heart. You see where the heart dips in the middle, right at the bottom of that where you had done your 3 chains. Enter your hook there below the center and catch the new yarn from behind and pull it through. You just have to lift up the yarn a little bit, adjust your hook and simply chain 1. There you have it. Now we chain 2 on top of this, 1 and 2, and now into the next stitch, which will be the first treble crochet of the previous round. Into the back loop you're going to do 1 double crochet stitch. So remember, this round we are working only into the back loops. Into the next back loop we are going to do 1 half double crochet, and in the next back loop we are going to do 1 single crochet stitch. That's how it's going to look. In the next back loop we are going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, all inside the same loop. This is going to create the corner of our square. So 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet into the same back loop. In the next 3 back loops we are going to do 1 half double crochet into each loop. So 1 half double crochet there, again 1 half double in the second one, and 1 half double in the third back loop. And in the next 2 back loops we are going to make 1 double crochet stitch into each. 1 double crochet and 1 more in the next back loop. Into the next back loop we are going to make a treble crochet. Now into the next back loop we're going to do a double treble crochet. For that we're going to yarn over hook 3 times, enter the loop, pick up the yarn and come out. You should have 5 loops on your hook. Now we yarn over and pull through 2 loops 4 times. This is a really long stitch and it's called a double treble crochet. Then we chain 2. We'll go back and do another double treble crochet in the same loop. Go back into the same back loop and do another double treble crochet stitch, and again back into the same loop we do a treble crochet stitch where you yarn over twice and go in and finish the stitch. So a double treble, chain 2, double treble again and a treble crochet all into the same loop. This gives us the second corner of our square. And now moving on into the next back loop, we're going to make 1 double crochet stitch, a half double in the next back loop, and a single crochet in the next back loop before we come to the bottommost part of our heart. and into that loop that we made, remember we made a picot stitch, into that loop where we did chain 1, enter your hook and make a slip stitch like that. Continuing along this side, in the next back loop we are going to do one single crochet again, just mirroring the opposite side, one half double crochet in the next back loop, one double crochet in the next back loop, one treble crochet in the next back loop, a double treble stitch into the same back loop, so yarn over hook 3 times to do this stitch, double treble crochet, and then we chain 2 and do another double treble crochet into the same back loop. Remember, this is the longest stitch that we have done, double treble, and now into the next back loop we are going to make a treble crochet. One double crochet into the next 2 back loops, and one half double crochet into the next 3. Into the next back loop we will make the last corner of the square, so we're going to enter that loop and make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, all in the same loop. Into the next 3 back loops we will make 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet in the next, and 1 double crochet in the last. We've come to the end of the square. Now we are going to slip stitch into the top of chain 2 that we made in the beginning of this round. Remember that long loop that we made to join the white yarn? On top of that we made 2 chains, enter your hook into the second chain over there and complete this round with a slip stitch. For the last round of the square we are going to be working into both loops, front and back. So it's like working into a normal stitch. We start with chain 3 and into the next stitch we're going to make 1 double crochet. This is a pretty simple and straightforward round. Make 1 double crochet stitch into each stitch along until we reach the corner. Other than chain 3, you should have made 5 double crochet stitches and come to the corner. Now into the corner we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, all in the same corner space. Into the next 9 stitches we are once again going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch until we reach the next corner. Into the second corner we are going to again make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, all in the same corner space. Once again, make 1 double crochet into each of the next 11 stitches, including the slip stitch that we made in the center to, into the tip of the heart. So 1 double crochet into each stitch along, and you should have about 11 stitches there until you come to the next corner. This pattern repeats itself. Into the next corner we will again crochet 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and make 1 double crochet into each of the next 9 stitches until we reach the last corner over there, and we repeat the corner stitch and come back. After the last corner, you should be left with 5 more stitches. We're going to do 1 double crochet into each of the 5, and then do not slip stitch but just cut the yarn and pull out the tail end. We're going to do an invisible slip stitch for a neater finish. Finally, when you've weaved in all your tail ends, you have your neat little crochet heart square. Because we worked into the back loops of the first round of the square, we have the heart popping out like that, like an embossed effect. Hope you enjoyed watching and making from this tutorial. Please do leave a comment below and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.